Okay, after far too long, we're finally back on the RoboTech build. And where we ended last time, the arms are done. Here's one of the arms, or both of the arms actually. I have not done any weathering or panel lining or detailing yet. It's just the brown paint. The hands just need to be painted, and then they can go on. Those aren't really that big a deal. They just go on a little shaft right there. So that can be done anytime. The legs are done. Well, not completely done. I still need to do a little bit of touch up here and here. And I also need to glue on the little, these guys right here. And those go on like that, I believe. One there and one there. Of course, those can be glued on anytime. And then those will be, well, except for weathering, those will be done. So let me just get these out of the way. And we're going to go ahead and start on the next thing. Next step, we are ready for, we need these parts. This part here, I painted in the tan color. I didn't paint here because that won't be seen, and that's where I was holding it when I painted it. I put some black wash in here, wiped it out, and notice I made the streak lines running this way because this actually slides in and out. So I just imagined that would have a look like that. And we need this piece. This actually printed in two pieces because it had to print flat this way. And the little button here was in a second piece that went in. And you can actually see still a remnants of that here, which I thought about filling in, but it just adds a little bit more detail. I kind of like it. I'll leave it. And we need this button, which I didn't paint because it won't be seen. And we need this guy right there. So we'll just start with having this, and then that's going to go on first. And I tested this before. It should move. It should work. It's a little bit tight. Tell you what. Let me clean that up just a little bit. And it's tight, but it works. Then this goes over top, and then that button will go in. But I think I want that a little bit tighter, and it's actually that part sitting proud. And also, even with that in, is this going to move the way I want it? Kind of. Let me clean that up a little bit more. I think that's doing much. This is a little skinny chisel. Don't know if that's really going to do much either, but we'll. That's just left over from the support material. It's better. I'll take just a little bit off of this. Perfect. And I want to take that down a little bit. Perfect. So we'll go ahead and bond that in. Being careful not to bond the parts that actually have to slide. I'm almost out of this stuff. Might look like I'm putting a ton on, but yeah, I don't really have a whole lot. I mean, there's not a lot on the brush. And make sure that still slides. Didn't bond that on. Of course, with the paint on there, it shouldn't. We'll let that set. Actually, let me put a clamp on it. Next up, we need this. Now it prints this way with support, and you can see I got it painted. Again, I didn't do any washing or detailing. I'll do all that later. Need that piece. And I didn't smooth that up or anything. I just painted it satin black. I'll do some dry brushing with some silver later, and that's going to sit in here like, come on, like that. Just like that. So, let me actually, blade's loose. Let's remove some of that paint so the solvent will get it. It sets behind a little ledge there and there, like so. Now, that will bond it in, but I'm going to go ahead and CA it just to kind of lock it in place and also help hold it. It's way more than I need. And that was way more of that than I needed. Okay. Next, we need the verticals. I forgot to mention, on this piece, it actually prints in 3 pieces, because you'll notice how flat that is. That actually printed on the print bed. So there's a seam right here. You can see right there. So this piece printed upright the way it is shown now. And then this piece, again, you can see the seam right there. So you got this piece and this, and then this, and then of course bond all of those together to make that one piece. So anyways, I just thought I would mention that just in case you're following along and you're starting to print and you're downloading the files. Hopefully that makes sense now. Again, painted but not panel washed or detailed. We'll do that later. With these print, let me clean some of this up. These print in 2 pieces. will be a top and bottom piece, and print them both, glue them together, gives you the whole thing. Do it again for the other one. And the kit part, it was just one piece, but to get a better printing, I did it in 2 pieces. Just makes it easier printing wise. There we go. That should come all the way up and fold down just like that. And the other one, let me clean that one up. Just like that. And of course, we'll be able to fold it down just like that. And next, we put on this piece, and it's going to go on just like that. Of course, I'm going to have to glue that, and I'm just realizing I'm going to have to touch that up here paint-wise, because that will be seen, and so will that. So I don't want to glue that on yet. I didn't realize that was going to be seen right here. So that will be painted in the tan, and that edge here, probably do the tan. I don't know if it's going to matter, but there's that. And of course, that pulls out and back in, just like that. And I'm also going to have to paint that top surface right here, right there. So this is going to have to come back apart so I can finish painting, but let's take a look at what's next. Just make sure there's no other painting that's going to have to be done, and that is this part right back here. So we'll need that, and the piece that holds it on right here. And those are going to go on like that. And of course that goes on like that to hold all of that together. And flip that over. Come on. Will end up looking just like that. All right, so this thing's going to be big. So again, I can't primenize that because I have to do some more paint, but you get the idea how all that goes together. Now, one thing, let me just pop this apart. You'll notice there's little lenses here that go in here and here. I don't know if I'm going to do lights here or not. Probably will. So what I will do is just go in with a Dremel tool and a little cutter and just cut a channel right through here so the wires come through. I'm not sure exactly yet what's going to have to go in here. So I got to make sure I make a path for the wires. So I got to figure out what goes in here and figure out the best way to route the wires for the lights that will go here. So that's still up in the air. As far as this stuff goes, I'm going to leave that for now. We'll see this finished probably in the next video, but what I want to do now is go ahead and take a look at getting the wings started. Actually, we can take a look at these pieces right here. Okay, so these pieces right here, you've got those two that go together and then slide into that. And when I printed them, I test fitted them to make sure they work, and I really don't want to take them apart again, but because they seem kind of fragile-ish. So let me just show you how they fit. So there's one piece, and I'm trying to remember, I printed out as two pieces. So you can see there's a split line right through here. So this is one piece, that's another piece, and I bonded them together, and that would make up this piece right here, part, what is that, 103? Step 32, part 103, two pieces, and that clips into this part 99 here, which printed as one piece right here. Now I had to fine tune the little pin in the hole to make sure that they snap together. Nice snap fit like that, and snap apart. So you're going to have to do some sanding until those are a nice fit. Then all of those slide into this piece here, which is that part 106 right there. And again, you might have to do some fine tuning. Again, I don't want to take it apart because that means I have to spread this apart, and I don't want to risk breaking anything. So you're going to have two of those, and they are mirror image. Now when that's all the way open this way, it can't slide. Those little fingers there keep it from sliding back. It kind of locks it in place. So you'll have two of those for steps 32 and 33. And again, that's 2, 3, 4 parts total printed. Then they'll need cleaned up and sanded. So that's those. And then we need this part right here for step 34. And that's this guy right here. Now, I've sanded it and primered it. I don't know if I want to fill all that in to make that all smooth or not. I kind of like the texture. I might leave that. And there's a bunch of stuff that goes here anyway, so you're not going to see that. And these will slide into there. And they go like that. But they set in here. I don't want to put it in all the way because, again, it's such a tight fit. I don't want to break anything. But they go in, and then they slide in, and I'll be setting like that. And I got to make sure which way those tabs go. I think it's like that. Yeah, it's like that. So that will go in, and actually it's going in like that. See it on the back side. That's all rough and messy here. That's not that big a deal. Yours might not do that. Depends on what kind of support you put in. So these slide in and out. Those come up and then open up that way. But I don't want that in here yet. Hopefully I don't break it taking it back out, because I still have to finish this. Needs paint. The details need picked up a little bit better. And also you'll notice on step 35, there's these plates here. And all they do is fill in here. I don't think I drew that yet. I don't think I drew any of that. I think I was holding off on that because I'm not sure what all's going to be visible here. So if too much of this is going to be visible in the finished model, I will go in and print those pieces at step 35, 26, and 27 for here and here. So that's on hold for now. These parts right here, marked C, look like this, and they printed in 2 parts and glued together. You can see the bond joint here. And these will go in just like that. And they're a little loose. I'm not sure exactly why they came out so I don't know if I'll make some bushings in there or not, but should be okay. We'll just see how loose everything is when it goes all together. So that's those parts. Next thing I want to look at, let's go ahead and start on the wings, because there's some stuff about the wings that I want to make sure you're familiar with. Each wing prints in 4 pieces. Now in the kit, there's a top and bottom. That wouldn't fit in my printer. So here's the bottom and top. And you'll notice that you can pull out here, and that one didn't come out. Like that, and like that. That allows you to take a piece of steel wire. This is a piece of steel wire, and I think it's 2 millimeters, 1.7. It's probably supposed to be 1.5 millimeters, but that should fit in that groove like that. And then of course, we'll get the other one here. Now this is optional. It's just going to make the wing better and easier to put together. So you'll have, I think a 2 millimeter wire would fit in. That's 1.5, and it fits in pretty good without any sanding or anything. So what you'll need to do is assemble, top or bottom, doesn't matter, but cut a piece of that steel wire to fit in here, and I would super glue that in, CA that in. And so then when you have that together, then you can take your other half and put it on just like that, and that will give you a finished wing. Let me show you. So we have a wing like this. Now it looks really, really rough. That's just because it's a really slow taper, and so each layer is even more visible. But that's like a 0.18 layer height maybe. I probably should have done like 0.1 layer height, but it's all going to get sanded and smoothed. Now, I have not decided yet if I'm going to put lights in here. I probably will. So what I did, notice I put a hole here and here, and one here. So I went in with the Dremel tool and cutter like that, and I made a channel. Where is my everything? Here we go. And I just made a channel from here out and from here out, and I did that to both halves. And then before I bonded everything together, I put these wires in. So when I run the wires for the lights, I can just tie it to here, grab that, pull it, and that'll pull the wiring through. Then the LEDs will set into those holes. And of course, I'll need to make a clear lens to put over top of that. So that's the plan for the wings. Again, I have not 100% decided if I'm going to do the lights or not, but I probably will. So I did not draft out the lenses right here. I will. I'll get those into SketchUp sometime soon-ish. Same with these lenses right over here. I will get those into SketchUp sometimes. If I haven't, I don't know if I have or not. I don't think I did. But I'll double check and get those into SketchUp sometime soon. I will probably just cut out a piece of plexiglass to make the lenses with, so the lights can go through. I haven't quite decided that yet. But, so I'm going to end this one here, just because I feel like it's getting to be way too long. But what we have is the back part here. We'll call it done. I mean, I just have to do some more painting, but you see how it goes together. You see how it is. Just pretend it's painted and glued together. And same with this, you know, just pretend it's done. And we can start working on this and the wings. And that's where I'm going to leave this video. When I come back on the next video for this project, the next video won't be this project, but the next time I come back to this project, this should all be done, and then we'll be ready to, well, you know what? Yeah, I'll save the assembly for next video, and we should be ready to put some stuff together and start the head next video. And then after that, we've got the cockpit. These are going to be a pain. There's a ton of those to smooth up and make look nice. I'm not looking forward to that. But we're getting there. It's getting close. I'm getting excited. So it's going to be huge. So, like I said, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to stop rambling. If you are following along with me, if you are printing these parts and building it with me, just keep in mind, I'm sure I said it before, but I drew everything the same size as the kit. I'm making everything 3 times bigger. You can make it 4 times bigger if you got a big enough printer, or 10 times bigger, whatever you want to do. If you're ahead of me and you notice any major problems, please let me know, and I will do my best to get them resolved. So, like I said, I'm going to stop talking, and I'll let you at it. I'll let you go. And until next time, as always, thanks for watching.